Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and freaking welcome to my May budget reset video. Now that I'm doing these on like a more monthly cadence, it blows my mind how quick the month goes by, and honestly this is a really good like earmark in my month to go on a fresh start, redo the whole thing, and like actually keep track of my time. It is absolutely insane how fast 2026 is going by. I can't believe April just finished, but here we are and we just gotta keep on keeping on. I have made some exciting updates to my budget tracker. I have finally added the conditional formatting that I spoke about, and I retroactively added it to March and April, and now I have it instated for May, so I'm excited to show you guys that and walk you through it. And I do think I'm gonna bring this out for you guys in June and like make it half price what I was intending it to be. That way if you wanna give it a go, give me feedback, like if there are any categories that you think are super helpful or super useful that just aren't here, I would love to know. I'd love to get feedback from the people. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Elise. I'm so excited to have you. I typically make videos on the intersection of sustainability, conscious living, fashion, elevated living, and just being mindful in general of our impact that we have on the planet. I do think finance is a really nice through line through all of that, even though it's kind of behind the scenes, under the covers a little bit. I think it is really nice to kind of spotlight how a lot of my sustainable decisions in life translate to finances. So if you're interested in that, stick around for that kind of content as well. I also don't typically look like this. I'm doing like bridal makeup trials on myself and just trying all sorts of different kinds of makeup. So today's a little intense, but you guys got that version of me today, so it is what it is. Yeah, let's just jump right into it with an April recap and then resetting for May. I'm gonna start by just hiding February and March because you'll see that I did add some columns. We're gonna focus on April and then May, but just to show you March, what like it fully fleshed out looks like with the remaining column and the conditional formatting. So I have it set to where if I get to 25% or lower within my planned spending of like remaining to spend, it highlights it yellow for me, which I think is amazing. Obviously red is negative, I have nothing left to spend or I've overspent, and then green is kind of the opposite to yellow. It's anything 25% and over remaining to spend is gonna stay highlighted in green. So I thought this would clutter up the sheet too much or I wouldn't like it, but to be honest with you, I think coming in here, like let's say April's not over yet, theoretically, I could come in here and see like, oh, I have some spots of green, I have some spots of red, but a lot of yellow generally, so maybe I'm like approaching my limit. And then 0 is also yellow. I thought like putting it in red would be a little silly because I have a lot of things that are planned like to the T, so having them in red would just freak me out. So I feel like yellow is good enough there. Having this put in place for April and then retroactively adding it to the months previous, it definitely made me like, oh, I actually did overspend in these categories, and I kind of dig into why that was. Did I just not budget enough? Am I not accounting for things that are upcoming in life? Like, do I just need to have better foresight? So that's been great. But let's get into April. Okay, so we have some yellow categories up top, which is all really good to see. Nothing in red yet. So in our mortgage, we always have this number. This always stays super consistent. And I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but this number is with us overpaying our minimum monthly. So if we ever needed to cut back on this for whatever reason, we have that flexibility and that room. It's just we know we want our money to go eventually more towards the principal than the interest. And right now that just means paying more upfront as much as possible, even though some people might say, oh, well, you could be investing that money, but there's just different opportunity costs that you have to weigh of each. And for us, it is really important to have equity in the place that we live in and own. Groceries, I have been budgeting for the past few months $500, and you can see that's been really consistently within that range of about like $20 to $30 left over. So I'm really happy with that. You know what, I'm just gonna go right ahead and put $500 in, and you'll see what's gonna happen in the remaining tab is that it's gonna go from yellow to green. This is all yellow in the May remaining column because nothing's in there right now. So I'm just gonna go 500 and it'll flip it to green, saying I have $500 left to spend which is amazing. I'm gonna be very excited to start this month off green. And then of course, like you guys know, this actual tab is pulling from my monthly expenses. Electric, we managed to stay within that $125 budget I had set earlier. And then gas works a little bit differently. Like, we already know what we're gonna be paying for the month ahead because they charge us around like the 17th of the month, but it doesn't get taken out until the 7th of the next month, if that makes sense. So we're able to kind of forecast some bills, but they're so early in the month that it's basically at the end of the month. So there's that. That's why there's like a little bit of a lag with our gas bill. It is a little bit annoying, but it's fine because we know what's coming like at least 2 weeks in advance. Water and sewer, I did this to where I took like what I think the average for the quarter will be and divided by 3. So that came out to 85, but obviously we haven't spent anything yet. That does mean when the next bill comes out and I put the amount in, it is gonna turn red, but it'll kind of balance itself out overall. Healthcare, I didn't have any appointments, neither did Arton, but I did plan for one. Transit, I was actually under by like a lot. I have $90.65 remaining in the transit budget. I thought I was gonna be in the office a lot more than I was this week, or this month rather. Not complaining whatsoever, but I do know that the upcoming month is gonna be a lot busier, so I am gonna plan for that accordingly. We're right on the money with our Wi-Fi bill that comes out every month at the same exact amount. Our insurance, no insurance is due. Car payment the same, and then taxes, no taxes. I love not paying taxes. And then extra spending. So I did estimate a lot of our expenses from when we went to Canada for my birthday this past weekend because Arton's like, this is my gift to you. So he didn't put much of anything of that trip in the budget tracker. So I just estimated to the best of my ability of what I think we spent overall, and like it's not super accurate, I'm gonna tell you that right now, but also we had planned for it and knew this was upcoming in our April planned budget. So it's not like we were going balls to the wall willy-nilly spending. We genuinely had a budget, but he just was like, this is your gift, don't worry about it. He's not tracking it. I'm like, okay, whatever. But I did put estimates in, just thinking like, I'm sure this is around ballpark what we spent, so we can at least track it. And like, if we have a trip that's not either one of our birthdays, like how much would that kind of cost? Just like a weekend getaway. So we actually do have our mini moon coming up after we get legally married in June. So it's gonna be good to reflect on what we spent in Canada and kind of translate that to what we're gonna be spending on our mini moon for like a weekend, like city getaway. I did overspend in some spots. I did overspend a little bit on beauty. I took advantage of the Sephora sale, but it wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be. It was only 15% off. I don't know why in my head I thought it was gonna be so much more than that, but I did get a sunscreen and a moisturizer. 2 things I will not compromise on. Like you guys know, I'm on my no buy, nothing new. So basically only secondhand things. But when it comes to like personal care, like toothpaste, for example, or like skincare, certain things of skincare, I can't not rebuy sunscreen if I'm completely 100% out. That's just not something I'm gonna compromise on. Same thing with like moisturizer and a nice cleanser. Luckily, like I'm set now, but for the time being, I was like, I can't not have moisturizer. So I am running out. I'm not completely out yet, but I thought I'm gonna take advantage of this sale, and I did that. Even though it wasn't as amazing as I thought it was gonna be, that's okay. And then I also did have a facial, and then only had like a little bit left to pay just since I had a credit to go towards it. But then I tipped, and that kind of like tipped me over the edge by $21.63. Even though I set a budget of $100. Honestly guys, beauty is just something that's so easy to overspend on, especially with inflation. You don't realize how much a tiny tub of moisturizer used to be versus how much it is now until you're buying it. Didn't go out to the movies, but there are a lot of movies I want to see. I want to see the Michael Jackson movie, I want to see Hail Mary, I want to see a lot of other things, so we're definitely gonna work that into May, hopefully. Dining is an estimate. Coffee, we did overspend. I actually think we overspent like more than this, probably closer to $25, so I think I just need to up our coffee budget and be okay with that. For pets, Aria did not have her vet appointment, but I found out her last year's vet appointment was like $300, and it's probably coming up soon, so I do need to throw that in the budget somewhere. Our subscriptions and memberships, I underestimated by about 50 cents, so I will correct that next month. Gifts and donations, I didn't send out the package I've been meaning to send out, so I'll roll that into next month to $40. Our decor and furniture budget, $500 automatically goes towards our furniture debt. If you don't know, we have a promotional rate of 0% interest for the first 20 months, which is amazing if you're a new homeowner, like a first time home buyer. We had zero furniture, zilch, and it's been really amazing to take advantage of a card with 0% interest. There's good debt and there's bad debt, but debt with 0% interest is way better than debt with 25% interest. So we're just taking advantage of that and making sure we absolutely 100% pay it off before any of the interest rate kicks in, because then it bumps up to 24 or 29%, something absolutely insane. So we're actually, I'll get to that. We actually have to bump this up, but I have it calculated, bumped up to where we'll still pay it off with like a month remaining. So we have a little bit of buffer there if we need it. We overspent on our home supplies. So we set up the garden. Oh, and did like general landscaping, and that just pushed us over the edge. So that's okay though. I don't mind at all spending on like the home accommodations. I think we spent around $300 for the hotel for the 2 nights, like overlooking Niagara Falls, which to me is a really good deal, so I'm not mad about it. But that is like our spending overview. I'm actually gonna take you guys to the April expenses tab. So you can see I put like my account that I use and like put these things on. So that's how I know that these are all my tracked transactions. But if you come over to our little pie chart here, you can see after everything's kind of said and done, 60% of our expenses, not like our total income or total expenses, actually yeah, I feel like this is our total expenses, goes to mortgage / housing. That's a big number, but again, we are overpaying to help pay more towards the principal. So if this is something that needs to be adjusted, like we're being squeezed too much, we can relook at this. But right now I feel like we're in a good spot of being able to pay to the principal, or like pay more towards the mortgage in like a constructive and meaningful way. And it's kind of like the avalanche effect where we're paying our biggest debt first. Biggest is in terms of like dollar amount, not like interest amount. And then our next highest expense is our furniture debt at 7.7%. And then yeah, other things like groceries, yada yada yada. But what I love to see is that our grand total of expenses, at least what was tracked this month, is under 7,000 when I mean like February. Let's take a look at February. That was a ridiculous month. Yeah, almost $9,000 of expenses, $8.6 thousand, which is absolutely crazy to me. But I mean, again, that is what it is. When I had it, just everything clumped and lumped under bills. 70% of our spending was on bills. March 7.3 and then April 6.7. So we're trending downwards in our expenses, which is really great to see. And we're not really being like restrictive at all. I'm actually gonna add some charges and just see where that puts us. Coffee, we stopped for like a little cute little coffee. Started with a B, just put coffee, CDA, coffee. I'm gonna up our dining to 200, just an even 200. Charging, we charged the car a few times. I'm trying to think like what else did we do that would have been expensive? Oh, excursions. I'll put this under entertainment actually. I think it was like $125 US dollars. And that vlog is coming out for you guys to see. It's my birthday vlog in Niagara Falls. If you're interested, go ahead and subscribe so you can see when that comes out. It's also a really good way to see like, what are we spending in a week? What are we doing with our money and our time? And again, I remember we went to Tim Hortons twice. So I'm gonna add another 20 bucks to this. So let's put it to 25. Coffee in Canada. Yeah, that sounds right. All right, so that brings us to $6,875.10 for our total spending. Again, when I look at it this way, this is just total spending for the month entirely. So this isn't really broken up by like wants versus needs versus savings and investing. That all happens more on the annual plan tab. So here we are. I actually made more money than I was anticipating, because the payday that I got that was reduced was actually today, this Friday, May 1st. And for some reason I was accounting for that in April, even though in April I worked 40, sometimes 40 plus hour work weeks for every single pay period in April. And it wasn't until the last week of April, because I took time off for my birthday, that came through in May. Let's go ahead and plan out for May. So I'm just gonna go ahead and really quickly look at how many Fridays there are in May. I think only 4, but I could be wrong. There are 5 Fridays, y'all. Hell yeah. It feels like an extra payday. Okay, so I'm gonna do 900 times 4 plus the 800 that I already have logged in here. That brings me to about $4,400 for my sum of paychecks this month, and our tons income is pretty steady. So I'm just gonna really quickly finish up our actual income for April. This is correct. Refunds. I got a PayPal refund, but I think what I'm gonna do is just like let those accumulate and sit like cashback, because I'm not actually taking it out at all. So, and then we did get a refund from Lowe's, but I just subtracted it from the overall transaction amount. Did I withdraw $150 for sinking funds? I guess so, I must have. All right, high yield savings account looking pretty healthy. I got $62, I'll round it up 1 cent for my high yield savings, which is great because that feels like immediate cash back versus like stocks and investments. Like I am not gonna touch those until it's absolutely time. So it's nice to have my cash kind of like make money for me, even though interest rates are like continuously dropping, which is not great for my high yield savings account. Social media. Oh, I did not get a YouTube payout this month because I also calculated that incorrectly. So what happens is, like, let's say I met the threshold in March. In April, around like the 14th is when it finalizes that amount, and then you don't get paid until the end of April for what you made in March. But I won't get that payout until May. And TBD if that's gonna go towards expenses or just be directly invested. I'm not exactly sure, but I guess I am expecting to be paid out in May. How much? Not 150. I think 120 is what it's gonna come out to, so we'll see. I did make a decent bit of UGC income from the app that I use, Kale. I'll leave my referral down in the description. It's basically brands that I already use or like enjoy. A lot of it is consumer goods, as in like packaged consumer goods and groceries and things that I like use, enjoy, and buy anyway, and then I just make a little TikTok about it, and if I get good engagement, I get a good payout. So that's like a nice, very, I'm not gonna say minimal effort side hustle because it does take like some forethought. It is a lot of bang for your buck. Like it can be worth your time depending how much effort you put into it. I didn't sell anything on Depop, but my Depop is always linked below if you're interested. Now let's plan our budget for May, shall we? So electric. I know that we've been pretty on the money with our electric in the past. However, I do see this increasing because it is going to start to get warmer, especially going into May. So I'm going to propose that we spend $150. Never mind. I was gonna say and not turn on the central AC, but I do have a feeling we're gonna need that central air. So I'm gonna budget $175 for it, excuse me. And then here in May, I thought possibly it was still gonna be super cold in April some days, and it was, but not cold enough for the heat to kick back on because luckily like our house is really well insulated. So I planned for $250. It actually ended up only coming out to $101.52, which is really great. Hello, amazing. It's the best our gas bill has been this entire time, which is so nice. How much do I think it's gonna be in May, or technically in June? I would like to see it stay like at this $100 mark, but I'm gonna go like $125 just in case, I don't know, just in case. Okay, water and sewer, we'll do another $85. I don't think we'll get it, we shouldn't get it taken out this month, so we'll be good. Healthcare, I am planning another doctor's visit, so let me just put that in there. Transit, okay, this is what I'm talking about. So worst case scenario, if I'm taking the train round trip, every single time, and I'm going into the office 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times that month, this coming month, that would put me at $264.80. So I'm just gonna call it $265 and leave it at that. Our phone and Wi-Fi, of course, is gonna be the same, $59.99. Insurance, I don't foresee any insurance bills being due. That's the card payment, and taxes. No taxes are owed, so that is good. Ooh, wait, what is happening here? Stop. Oh my God, I just realized my range hasn't been pulling down this entire time. This is good now. Fix this. Travel. What are we doing in May? I feel like we're not really going anywhere in May. 0. That would be nice to not spend anything. Clothing, 0. I'm on my no buy. It was my birthday last month, so that's why I gave myself a little bit of money, but I only ended up thrifting a tiny bit, and then our ton, I think, bought some stuff on Depop. So I'm planning not to spend anything there. Beauty, I want to say same thing, but I think I might get a facial. I don't know how much I'm willing to spend on that. Is it insane to put $300? I feel like it is, but that's how much those things cost. So let me put it, and then if I just don't have the budget, I don't have the budget. Totally fine with that. Entertainment, like I said, I want to go see the movies, and I kind of want to go a couple of times, so I'm gonna put $50 there. Dining, we don't really dine out, but again, let's budget for it, and if we don't have it, we don't have it. Coffee, I'm gonna bump up to $50. It's a long month. I'm gonna be in office a lot, and we've been buying a lot of coffees and treating other people to a lot of coffees, so we'll keep it at that. Aria could potentially be $300, who knows. Books and stationery, also 0. Subscriptions, I'm gonna fix that to be the exact amount. I have $40 for gifts and donations. That's rolling over last month to send that package, and then I think I'm gonna include a little bit of other goodies since I missed to send that last month. And decor/furniture. Guys, I have a confession to make. I have a big confession to make. We have already spent $1,200 today, May 1st. Hear me out. This was on patio furniture. This was on a lawnmower, which are so expensive, but an electric one. We got an electric lawnmower, which was honestly most of the order, and then chairs and like an umbrella and an umbrella stand for the patio furniture. Now, I had been very adamant and a strong advocate for buying that secondhand, but logistically speaking, it doesn't make sense to rent a truck and haul this thing around one way, then the other, then back to the rental company, and then also coordinate a time, coordinate a place, coordinate a price. Like, by the time it was all said and done with like gas, hauling it, buying it from the person, and like the time it would take for us to complete this entire task, monetarily speaking and energy-wise, it's just one of those things where it made more sense to use the money as a lever to buy the patio furniture firsthand and outright than it did to go through all the hoops of getting it secondhand. The stars have to literally align, and we just decided it was something that we wanted to last a really long time. We wanted to pick out how we wanted it. We wanted to be able to a degree, customize it and not just have like whatever's left that's already chipping, already broken down, already in tatters basically, but got it for a good price. So we also did that with the lawnmower too. We kind of were like, well, let's just buy it really nice so we never have to buy it again. So that's what we did, and I feel good about it. But at the same time, this is where it's now going to roll into our 0 interest furniture card, and we're gonna bump up our payment to $550 every month. That way we pay off the card with a little bit of extra time to spare, a little bit of a buffer in case we need it, but bumping it up to $550 will also now pay for the major purchase that we just made today on May 1st. Now I think what I'm gonna do is log it as an expense. It's gonna roll into our expenses and it's gonna be a big, scary red number, but I'm gonna kind of like silo it and like not look at it that way because there's 0 interest on it and we have time to pay that off. Home supplies, Lowe's, and then we put it on our Wells Fargo. Oh, also, while we're at it, I paid our wedding photographer $500 today. How are we classifying that? What does that go under? That would go under a service, like in my mind, but I don't think we have like a category for that yet. I'm gonna put it under our subscription slash membership bucket because this is the first payment of 2. The next one is due in June, so I'm gonna say wedding photographer. Guys, you have no idea how expensive this month is about to be. Home supplies, we're already over budget, so I'm not even gonna say that I budgeted anything for it. No, that's not true. I feel like we knew we were gonna be spending a little chunk of change this month, but I think the lawnmower was like $650, so I'll just say we planned for that in quotes, and then just got swept up with everything else that was there. Okay, accommodations, again, we're not going anywhere, so hopefully we don't spend money on accommodations. Okay, it's a lot of expenses. It's a lot of money. Okay, investing. I ended up investing $261.91 before tax. That comes out automatically out of my paycheck. Since I'm gonna have 5 paychecks this month, let's say $250. This Roth IRA number is extremely consistent. That just automatically comes out. We don't even think about it. I'm not planning to invest anything in REITs or general investing like brokerage accounts. Our emergency fund is set. I don't know if I want to delete this tab or like what I want to do with it. I do still want to like put a sinking fund away for travel, but guys, I'm gonna be so for real with you. I think I have to like kiss this dream of paying extra on the mortgage goodbye. That's okay though. We'll get them next time. Oh, stop it. Wait, okay. Thank God it's an extra month, an extra paycheck this month, because it looks like we're in the green, guys. We're in the green right now. I think our high yield is gonna pay that same 180-ish, hopefully. Maybe I could like push to make 50 bucks of UGC this month, and maybe I'll list some stuff on Depop, so 10 bucks there. Okay, we could be in the green. We could do it. But here's the other thing, guys. We have an appointment tomorrow to go buy our wedding bands. So where are we gonna put that? Clothing, I guess? Oh, that's gonna be like so expensive, isn't it? Again, we don't have to buy them outright. Like we could put this on like some sort of payment plan, but like I'm gonna buy our talents, who's gonna buy mine? I feel like we're looking at like an easy, what, $2,000 for wedding bands, and that even could be an underestimate because hasn't gold gone up in price? I don't know. Is it crazy to just say like $2,500? Definitely gonna put us in the red. Yeah, that definitely set us over the edge, but that's the initial charge. But we could break it out into not like buy now, pay later, but like a payment plan of sorts, probably with the company itself or with our credit card company. So we'll see. Check back in June to see what this budget ended up looking like. It is a little scary that we're in the red, but let me go ahead and take out like my facial, for example, right? Or no, that was Arya's vet bill. That could be $300, so we do want to budget for that. Let me take out my facial. Maybe we don't eat out all this month, but maybe I put 50 bucks because who knows? Yeah, there's like not really a lot that I can touch that would keep us from feeling like super restricted. So we're gonna deal with this negative number and we're gonna see what we pull off next month. Guys, this is probably the worst, in quotes, the budget has looked in terms of planned spending versus like our actual income. Again, it is a 5-week pay period. Like I get paid weekly, so that's exciting. Maybe there's potential for me to work overtime. I know work is gonna get a little bit busier these few coming weeks, so maybe I could even make more than this, who knows? I don't know. I'm not feeling anxious about it. I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling jazzed. I'm feeling ready to push myself, ready to make money moves, as Cardi B would say, and really make it to that next level of like expanding on my income, because there's only so much I can do about my expenses, especially in this season of life of getting married, having a home, wanting to start a family, and just knowing that life is expensive at this point in time. Like there's war, there's inflation, gas and oil prices are rising, there's a climate crisis on the foot. Like it's kind of messed up. But we have to do our best with the cards that we're dealt with, and it feels exciting to be met with such a challenge and see what I can pull off. I'm excited. Catch me in the vlogs. Hopefully, you know what? I'll probably be doing a no spend week, so keep an eye out for that. Very excited to, again, challenge myself and see what we can make happen. I love you millions if you made it to this point. Thank you so, so much for watching. I am planning to release this budget tracker in a way that you guys can purchase and download, and hopefully you guys can give me some feedback if you love it, if you hate it. I think June is gonna be a month I can roll it out. It'll be like half price because again, you only have half of the year left, so I'm excited for that as well. So I think I'm gonna like fine tune this and really tweak it. And again, this is like if you're just getting into budgeting, just getting into expense tracking and then putting it into a plan, this is for you, and I'm really excited to like put the finishing touches on it. All right guys, that's gonna be all for me. I have money to go make, you know. I'll catch you guys next time. Until then, don't forget to be kind to yourself, others, and the planet. Bye.